The fear of other people is an urban fear. Over the last century, the population of our world has exploded. Our cities have become denser, and our society has struggled to cope. The idea of the crowd has transformed. No longer a community, but a mob, a gang, an alien, inhuman force. Zombies. Zombies are a modern kind of monster, horrifying, yes, but also satirical, and for some, fantastic. They're a selfish dream where everything you can see belongs to you, and where everyone else is just in your way. That feeling is what the first Dead Rising was all about. It was the best zombie game ever, because more than any other, it embraced fun. It was more than a set of scares or a shooting gallery, it was a playground. And Dead Rising 3 is just the same. Arriving on the Xbox One in time for launch, Dead Rising 3 on the surface is the ultimate open-world zombie game. Let loose from the original single mall and the second strip resort, you're now welcome to explore an entire city, Los Perdidos. It's just as packed with zombies, many more zombies in fact, but also more to see and more to do. However, with only 5 days to get out before the government bombs the place, you'll be constantly torn between the urgency of the story and the temptation to wander off and have a good time. This time, that good time is made of more than blunt violence and improvised weapons. Dead Rising 3 builds on the crafting found in Dead Rising 2, transforming it into the game's central focus. Your new character is a guy called Nick, and he is, fittingly enough, a mechanic. Using his imagination and skills, you can combine almost anything you find together: weapons, food, even vehicles. Exploration and side quests become rooted in finding new items, not only for their own sake, but for their potential uses when combined. It's a pursuit that's always rewarding, even when the rest of the game fails to support it. At first, you'd be forgiven for thinking that Dead Rising 3 was just a good-looking Xbox 360 game, not an exclusive Xbox One launch title. Fuzzy textures, pop-in, and glitchy hit detection, it's not enough to break the experience, but it never feels like the next-gen leap it ought to be. The most impressive visual feat is the sheer number of zombies that surround you all at once, all achieved without taking breaks to load as you move in and out of the buildings. But this spectacle doesn't last long, and once you get used to it, all that's left are the grey streets and brown walls, a far cry from the vivid colours and insane personality the series is known for. Sadly, this also extends to the game's characters and story as well. Dead Rising 3 is populated by a mix of ciphers and offensive stereotypes, caught somewhere in between the boisterous fun of the original and the edgy humour of Saints Row. It's just awkward, yet somehow not as awkward as the game's most glaring problem, the controls.
Our own private little island.
I think we should just calm down, man.
Moving Nick around is fine when you're not in a hurry. Zombies move at Romero speed, so they only bother you in large groups, and are really just there to be targets for whatever new invention you've mustered up. But during boss fights, Nick needs to run and dodge and turn, and he just can't do it. His animations are too rigid, and his inventory is extremely clumsy. He doesn't juggle, he digs, and that's as slow and messy as it sounds. For some, Dead Rising 3 will be a dream come true. It's a zombified open world where you can use anything you want to satisfy your bloodlust. But for all its imagination and gore, it never feels fresh or new. It's still lumbered by old problems, problems that range from how it looks, to how it plays, to how it tells its story. There's fun to be had, we just wish the playground was a bit nicer.